State gang the mob, true simple. We in too deep.
This court for a number of years, I don't just intentionally disregard. That is just not how I interpreted that email.
Look.
And Sergeant
Petty Springer here. It's early in the morning and the prosecution has gotten caught cheating again. The judge is a bit upset. As y'all see, I'm only a minute into it because it's live, but let's see what they got going on early.
Officer Cornelius is planned for this morning. Maldonado is here, has been here since 9 o'clock, or I think before 9 o'clock a.m. this morning as well. If the defense counsel wanted to speak, he's been here.
All right. The problem that the court has is that, you know, I could have been made aware of all of these ebbs and flows on Friday. And I find it very, you know, challenging that I wasn't included on any of the other conversations that you all had this weekend, past Friday.
You know, and I guess I wasn't intentionally, because I didn't know the court wanted to know the...
More excuses, Judge. Just go ahead and sustain the damn objection because clearly the defense has objected to them not sharing the full witness list of people that they were going to talk to. So what's going on is they popped up with a list of people this morning that the defense hasn't seen and said the witnesses haven't been made available to them to talk. The judge is hearing this, as y'all can see by the chat. The judge is hearing that they've broken the rules again. This is the second time the judge has given an order to the state, the prosecution, and they just said, fuck you, judge, we're going to do what we want to do on our own. At some point, he either got to start like letting these objections stick, or he's going to have to come up with the mistrial for prosecutorial misconduct.
Back and forth. I knew that you wanted to know about the witnesses, so the court was included when we sent that list on Friday. We provided these individuals on Friday afternoon, Friday at the appointed time that the court advised that she wanted the information, or that we needed to send the information. And then, there was a lot of back and forth. So I didn't know, as far as scheduling, so that's why we didn't include the court.
The challenge that I'm having is that you all certainly should have put your colleagues on notice on Friday and said, listen, we may be calling additional witnesses outside of the 70 to deal with exigencies of proof.
We did. That was our email on Friday, Your Honor. That was the 12 o'clock email. And that's when we listed everyone.
See, I didn't get that.
Yeah, that was the initial list, and I believe you are copied on it, Your Honor. That is the list.
Judge checking his email like, bitch, you lying on me. I ain't got no email from the state.
Okay, but how come we couldn't have this discussion when we were in court?
On Thursday.
On Thursday. How come we couldn't have this discussion on Thursday? I mean, I told you all to kind of, I know you told me, hey, our investigative team lays up our witnesses, and they tell us who's going to be available for the next day or the next couple of days. And I asked you all, can you all kind of...
It's because they cheating, Judge. I'm going to try to do a lot of these little uploads on the good shit that happens during the trial, because I am watching it live, but yeah, they like reviewing the whole 8 hours of what they doing. Y'all know I got ADHD. I can't sit through that shit. It'd be boring. So I'm going to try to do uploads like this of the good shit.
A little bit better job of that, because I think it'll make the issues that we're dealing with right now a little bit better. I mean, in terms of delay. And
that was our intention, Your Honor. That's you told us we're not going to take that excuse anymore, and we understood that. That is why we provided that list on Friday, and then last night we provided an additional witness list for the rest of the week, so that it wasn't last minute. So at this point, up and through at least we believe these witnesses will get us till Wednesday. Defense counsel knows who will call at least up until Wednesday. And then in my email to the court in my email to defense counsel yesterday, we told them
I don't even know who this is. Where is the light-skinned prosecutor that's been doing this? Where did this one? See, the light-skinned prosecutor ain't shit. Because she been there the first week she was there every day. And now she ain't nowhere to be around, and her dark-skinned friend is left there to take the scolding from the judge for them not following protocol.
and we will let them know my goals by close of business today, who we're calling for the rest of the week. So at this point, the defense counsel knows who we're calling up until Wednesday. Possibly because some people are out of order because Officer Collins can't come until Thursday and Doug Evans can't come until Thursday. But up until Wednesday, that is why we sent the email last night, Your Honor, so we can get to a place where we're being proactive and letting defense counsel know when the witnesses are coming. And our goal is tonight to let them know where we're going for the rest of the week, so that there will be no issue. And if there is any concern, we can deal with that as far as providing contact information, whatever other information we need to, so they can be prepared.
Yeah, I just think, Ms. Hilton, it's an issue of fairness. I mean, you have 8 terabytes worth of documents or whatever, and a lot of people need to print documents or have paper files.
Now we about to see if the judge is fair or not. As y'all see, I'm 2 minutes behind, and it looks like the audience is saying the judge ain't playing fair. But we're going to see. Let me try to speed this up to catch up.
In order to manipulate them, you all included. And Ms. Westmoreland's challenge is a valid one. I mean, if I'm saying, hey, I'm not going to call these particular individuals, then I'm going to take whatever materials that I need to prepare. So I don't want to have this conversation again. I just don't.
It is not our intention for us to have it again.
Because I'm going to tell you, I'm becoming very, very skeptical at this point in time, and
Mistrial.
exclusion would not be a far-reaching remedy for me at this point, because I told you all, see, we spent almost 30 minutes dealing with this issue. 30 minutes that I can't get back, that we could be listening to people testify and presenting the evidence. So I don't want to have to deal with it again. All right, some of our jurors first. Lieutenant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
What happened? Did you sustain it, overrule it, or what? The jury back in. Who is grandpa over there in all white? That nigga been practicing law since Jesus was born. This nigga got on the purple suit. What's the young thug? I go to Money Man. What he got on? What in the hell? He had on a turtleneck yesterday, the Friday. One thing got on a collar shirt and a designer sweater.
I'll keep you seated. I think I'll give you 5 minutes. Yes, sir.
I just gotta ask the question that everybody's asking. Who is doing these niggas hair in jail?
Happy holidays to everybody. Your Honor, could you order following? We have the original witness list of approximately 741 people. The state announced that they have condensed it to 400, approximately 400 people. We get those 400, so I'm not marking that I need to interview or wait. I'm still trying to find witnesses. Of the 300, the state is not going to call. But I have like a order from the court to get 400. If you think that's how we like.
Have they already tendered that list to you or updated witness list?
I have 741. I do not, and I have the announcement that is now 400 approximately. I do not know who the omitted people or who is on the form. That's what I know.
Yes, we'll be able to get that.
Okay, Ms. Hilton says she'll be able to get that.
If we can just have some wins, I think we should be able to provide that definitely by the end of the week, but hopefully maybe by Wednesday.
All right, I'll inquire about it on Friday, okay?
Thank you, Ms. Silver.
No problem.
Your Honor.
Hold on.
Hold on. Y'all gonna have to distribute shit.
Antonio Ski.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm not sure who the state is about to call. I don't know if the state is about to call someone from the 70 or someone from the U.S. Can the court clarify?
Sure. Well, I'm sorry for the court.
Well, of course, can the state or the court in the state?
No problem. We are calling Antonio Ski, Sergeant Maldonado, Antonio Ski, Wellington Clark, Sergeant Maldonado and Deputy Candikai. We believe that should take us to lunch, if not the lunch hour, right after lunch. And then after lunch, it would be Officer Cornelius, Investigator Stevenson, and Sergeant Ross. Sergeant C. Ross after lunch.
Okay, Your Honor, with that said from the state, I've already voiced my objection to Maldonado, Cornelius, and Ross testifying today. As the court is inclined to allow them to testify anyway, I would like to discuss some issues outside of the presence of the jury so that we're not stopping every 5 minutes. I just received an exhibit list after 9 o'clock this morning with exhibits that the state tends to introduce, and it's going to be some objections, and they may be somewhat time-consuming.
Well, I'm not going to preview the objections, or I'll just deal with them as the witness testifies.
Okay, Your Honor, thank you. I just know that sometimes you let us know, hey, if you know it's going to be an issue, don't have my judge just sitting there, bring it up ahead of time, so I was just doing...
Yeah, I'm with the chat. The judge is acting like a bitch now because he tells the state exactly what it is he will and will not put up with, and they keep defying his orders, and he's not punishing them at all. He's not reprimanding them or shit. He ain't holding up the objections. He just keep giving them a chance, acting like they made a mistake, but all these women have been studying laws for decades. This is bullshit.
In an abundance of caution.
Okay.
And Your Honor, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if the objection, I'm assuming it's going to be to Ross with a body cam.
Yeah, what is your...
Which witness, because we can maybe discuss it in advance if I know what the issue is.
Sure, I'm going to object to State's Exhibit C1H, C2H, C3H, which states that 61H is Xanax pills, 62H is ecstasy pills, 63H is MDMA. None of that is accurate. 63H, it is not MDMA. 60 and 61 was not tested by the GBI, so you have no idea what it is, so I would object to those coming in as the drug that you have specified. Do you want me to keep going or pause?
Sure.
Okay. We're going to object to the video, the body camera video. We're also going to object to the social media screenshot. I'll deal with the social media screenshot first. We filed a particularized motion to suppress.
So if you watching the replay and it's going fast, just do what I did and go there and cut the playback speed down.
You started that motion limit. You started that hearing. Attorney Harvey argued it, or started arguing it, and the state said, hey, let's just wait. Let's deal with that closer to time. And then, as you know, Your Honor, we thought that the first 3 witnesses, that this would not come up until at least 3 weeks or possibly next month. But now it's up today. Attorney Harvey's ill. He's not here. But so that's another issue. I don't think that the state's going to be able to lay foundation. I don't think the state's going to be able to obfuscate the video. Not to mention that the video is hearsay. We're going to have issues with the confrontation clause in reference to the video, and that's the social media post, the social media video. In reference to the body camera video, we object to that. It's completely irrelevant. Course of conduct is not an issue during the trial, so it's irrelevant. And Your Honor, if you are inclined for it to come in, we're also going to object because there is an individual who's interviewed after they were Mirandized. It's testimonial nature. That individual's not here. You have a confrontation clause situation. So we're going to object based on that. And in reference to the video, the social media video, not only is it irrelevant because of course of conduct.
I don't know who that attorney is, but she is fighting for her client. That ain't Young Thug attorney, but she is fighting.
No, but what is the relevance of it? What is it showing that this is why the officer went out? And in the video, allegedly, it's marijuana is the reason why he allegedly went out, but that charge was no prize. Mr. Nichols was not even convicted of marijuana. So I do not see the relevance in any shape, form, or fashion.
So, Your Honor, not to delay, I'm sure we're past 5 minutes. Those videos are not coming until after lunch, so that's something we can deal with after lunch. And as it relates to the drugs, Your Honor, those were the drugs that were found on scene, and so we believe that the officers can testify that these were the drugs they collected on scene. Now, whether or not how it was tested, that's a different...
It was going fast. She's saying those are drugs that were tested on the scene. The defense counsel is saying the drugs were never tested by GBI, so they don't know what it was that they collected.
Issue for a different day. Now, if the concern is how it's labeled on the exhibit list, that's not anything. That's not, I think, other than concern at this juncture. But the drugs themselves, if laid the proper foundation, which I believe the foundation would be, this is the drugs recovered from the vehicle on the day of, then that can come in. And it's up to the jury to determine whether or not we prove it is what it says it is. So that's as it relates to the drugs. As it relates to the video, Your Honor, that is something we can take up at a later time, not to delay any further, because that particular video will not be coming up until after lunch.
Your Honor?
Mr. Swan, as to the items that were seized, of course, that's, the person that seized them will be part of the foundation. We don't know necessarily what they are at this point in time, what they purport to be.
I will point out the prosecutor's stout as fuck.
But the admission of those drugs, I guess until we get a GBI or somebody else to testify to that, then of course that's another issue. But
it is, Your Honor, and I do have an issue for one of the first witnesses that they're going to call before lunch, so I want to hurry and get to that. But Your Honor, in reference to the drugs, the reason why I'm bringing that up now is because those, that has already went to the GBI. So we know that what the officers thought was MDMA was not. So we know that. That's confusing. That's misleading to the jury. We know that. We also know that the pills were not tested. We know that. So we know that this officer and no one else in court today could or should be telling the jury that it's ecstasy pill. We already know that. We know that they shouldn't be able to say that because it wasn't tested. So what I'm asking, Your Honor, is for you to restrict this officer from testifying, I seize ecstasy, I seize MDMA, I seize Xanax. That officer should not be able to testify to that because we already know that it's not true.
Your Honor, he testified what he thought it to be. Now, yes, the GBI later tested it, but when he stopped them, that's what they thought it was. That happens in any chronological order. They stop it, they seize it, then they go and get tested, and then what happens on the back end? So he can testify to what he thought it was. Yes, later on it was tested, but when he stopped it and seized it, this is what he thought it was.
I won't probably allow that, Ms. Westmoreland.
Okay.
You should have cross-examined him on whether or not it was it or wasn't it. What?
Yeah.
That's not the issue.
So I'll probably allow that. So anyway.
The judge, you full of shit. You gonna allow some shit and they been breaking the rules, simp ass nigga.
What else you have?
All right, Your Honor, for Maldonado, Sergeant Maldonado, from my understanding, the state said he will testify before lunch. This was an incident for 2017, a traffic stop for window violation. We would object to Maldonado testifying that Mr. Nichols was also arrested, beside the arrest for this incident, but also arrested for some other warrants. It's highly prejudicial. It's not probative. That those warrants have nothing to do with this indictment, and so we would object to the officer mentioning warrants.
All right, Ms. Hilton.
Hurry up and rule, Judge. Look at all this. This is time waste. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's where we're at on this case. MoneyBoy 12, 30,
I'm sorry, I wasn't able to hear you. So
Oh, wait, what?
Ms. Hilton, you may restate what you just said.
Yes, Your Honor. I said for the purposes of this particular, for Maldonado, the state, for Maldonado, because I think this will become relevant for the next officer.
for the next officer for 2017, I'm not aware of.
This is not
You gave me a list.
Oh, I'm thinking through something really quickly. Hold on one second. For the purposes of Maldonado, we don't have to go into those additional warrants that were outstanding.
Okay. And let me ask you, for Maldonado, do you intend on him testifying anything in reference to passenger/owner of the vehicle, Pierre, giving consent to search?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, we're going to object.
We took up that already.
Well, we took that up for a motion to suppress.
Yes, we did.
Well, we did, but this is now trial, and it's a violation of the confrontational clause.
I'll note your objection.
Okay.
I'll just note your objection.
Thank you, Your
Fair
Honor.
enough. Okay. All right. We'll summon our jurors at this point in time. Lieutenant, thank you, madam.
As y'all see, the judge is clearly fucking one of these prosecutors because he don't give a damn what the defense got to say. No matter how much the prosecution breaks the rules, he just like, okay, I'm good. We out, y'all. Petty, petty.